The defendant of this case, Chong, was employed as a cook, while Pascual Gualberto worked as a houseboy. The two of them stayed together in a servant's quarters. One night, Chong was suddenly awakened by someone trying to open the door of the room. He sat up in bed and called out twice, "Who is there?" He heard no answer and was convinced by the noise at the door that it was being pushed open by someone forcing his way into the room. Due to the heavy growth of the vines along the front of the porch, the room was very dark, and Achong, fearing that the intruder was a robber or a thief, leaped to his feet and called out, "If you enter the room, I will kill you." At that moment, he was struck just above the knee by the edge of the chair which had been placed against the door. In the darkness and confusion, Achong thought that the blow had been inflicted by the person who had forced the door open, whom he supposed to be a burglar. Seizing a common kitchen knife which he kept under his pillow, Achong struck out wildly at the intruder, who turned out to be his roommate Pascual. There had been several robberies in Fort McKinley prior to the date of the incident, one of which took place in a house in which Achong was employed as a cook. Achong alleged that it was because of these repeated robberies that he kept a knife under his pillow for his personal protection. Is Achong guilty of homicide? The court ruled in the negative. Article 8 of the Penal Code provides that the following are not delinquent and are therefore exempt from criminal liability: he who acts in defense of his person or rights, provided there are the following attendant circumstances: first, illegal aggression; second, reasonable necessity of the means employed to prevent or repel it; and third, lack of sufficient provocation on the part of the person defending himself. Chinaman struck the fatal blow alleged in the information in the firm belief that the intruder who forced open the door of his sleeping room was a thief, from whose assault he was in imminent peril, both of his life and of his property, and of the property committed to his charge. That in view of all the circumstances, as they must have presented themselves to Achong at the time, he acted in good faith, without malice or criminal intent, in the belief that he was doing no more than exercising his legitimate right of self-defense; that had the facts been as he believed them to be, he would have been wholly exempt from criminal liability on account of his act; and that he cannot be said to have been guilty of negligence or recklessness, or even carelessness, in falling into his mistake as to the facts, or in the means adopted by him to defend himself from the imminent danger which he believed threatened his person and his property and the property under his charge.